Hello, I am here today to penetrate your ear holes with my voice. I am here to teach you how to listen like your mommy and daddy should have. Except instead of using discipline, I'm going to be using my voice and this podcast to deliver.
Hey, man, what are you doing in here? You can't be in here.
He is trying to stifle
Come on,
me.
dude, what the fuck are you doing in here?
Ladies and gentlemen, they are trying to
Get out of here,
silence.
man. You can't be in here. What in the fuck? I don't. No, I don't. Who the fuck was that guy? What the fuck? I'm really sorry about that. I have no idea who that was. Anyways, welcome to Trailing Off with Trevor James. I am Trevor James. Sorry, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm just in a house, man. This guy fucking just broke into my house. This isn't even an office or anything. If you're listening to this, I love you. And I don't mean in the cliche, I love my listeners because without you, I couldn't do this kind of way. No. I mean, if you decided to check out this infantile little bubble of novelty, then you are probably my kind of person, and I love you. Even if you hate this, I still love you for checking it out. And if you love me, hell, even if you just kind of like me, maybe you noticed me from across the room and you're just a little shy, but you think I'm worth listening to, then you should leave me a rating, preferably 5 stars. And you can also leave a comment. You can comment directly from Spotify nowadays, so if you have anything to say, feedback, corrections, maybe you just want to say hi, please feel free to leave a comment or a review or whatever. Maybe even follow or subscribe. I really don't even care, man. I'm just stoked you made it this far into the episode. Anyways, enough pillow talk. And for the record, I think your mommies and daddies have done a fine job of teaching you to listen. I don't know what that guy's problem was. I don't know why he came here to do this to me. Or, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But you guys are fine. I love each and every one of you. I'm really sorry if you guys can hear my dogs, by the way. They're just going crazy right now while I'm trying to record this fucking intro. Got a fantastic guest today. I feel like this week went really well. I have Colton Sullivan joining me today. He's a stand-up comedian getting back into open mics after 14 years. A few years ago, he was diagnosed with MS. We talk a little about all that in this episode. He's a really funny dude. He made me laugh. He also makes electro-funk music you can check out on Spotify under the name Sullivan. I'm really glad to have met this dude, and I'm stoked I got to talk to him today. He's going to be doing another open mic at the Spokane Comedy Club in Spokane, Washington, sometime in October. So if you're in that area, keep an eye out for that and show up to give him some love if you would. So without further ado, we got Colton Sullivan. Thanks for coming on to Trailing Off, man. How are you doing today?
I appreciate it. Thanks for finding me and reaching out.
Yeah, no, I thought your shit was really funny, dude. I spent like 2 hours watching open mics, and yours is you're the only one I really reached out to, even. So I'm glad you got back to me fast, because there's a lot of open micers, man, and not all of them are.
There really
good.
are.
Yeah.
I mean, just the night that I did open mic, there were 20 other comics.
No shit. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. So what's that like when you get up there or when you're in there with all the fucking comics and everything, you know? Is it all comics? Is there some music too?
No, it's all comics. It's at the comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to actually like sign up a month before to get on the list.
Okay.
And my first time actually doing the comedy club open mic, I was really nervous, and not like stage fright nervous, because I'm a theater major.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have the opposite of a fear of public speaking. I love getting on a stage. Um, but I was nervous just because all of the other comics had been in the scene for longer.
Right.
Because I used to do stand up as like a high schooler,
Right. Okay.
but I took a big break, and so I had never done it. Like I took a 14-year break.
So when did you start doing this comedy club open mic?
A couple of months ago. So I went to Edinburgh, Scotland for the Fringe Festival, which is this big arts festival across the city. And it jump started me to like, I should do stand up again.
Oh, okay. They'd have stand up at the Fringe Festival.
Oh yeah. I saw 32 shows in like 10 days.
Damn, that is
while
a
I was
lot
there.
of fucking stand up. Holy shit.
And it wasn't all stand up, but like at least 10 of the shows were.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you remember the one that you saw that really was like, holy fuck, I wanna do that again?
Well, as far as the stand up goes, there was this one comedian that did a whole hour about addressing his own disability. He had spina bifida, and it was funny as like anything that I had seen. And I actually like bought him a drink afterwards, and we talked for a while, and just like, how did he get to Edinburgh with stand up? And I realized there that I could use a lot of my own life in the jokes.
Right. So I don't want to. That's because you have MS, right? I don't want to get into it a whole lot right now. I got a whole thing later I want to do, but
Yeah, that
maybe-
and like I have lived a bunch of material. I have made some bad decisions in my 20s, and it's been a weird shift because when I did stand up as like a 17-year-old, I
Right.
tried to do like political stand up, which never really works because, you know, there were funny things. Like it was the time when it was still funny to talk about like Dick Cheney shooting a guy in the face,
yeah.
which I gotta say is
Uh.
still one of like the top 100 like funniest things that have happened.
Right.
Uh,
Fuck.
but none of the material was like coming from me.
So that you said the first time you did stand up was that video you have on YouTube from 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, because I watched that.
Well, that wasn't the first time I did
Okay.
stand up, but that was one of that was I had built up to like a 7-minute featured spot.
Okay.
And so I'd been doing stand up for about 2 years at that point.
Okay. That's cool. Huh. So that wasn't even really an open mic then, huh?
No, that I was on the bill.
That's cool. Okay. Cool. I was gonna ask if you'd ever been on done like a so okay. But that one was fun. Okay. Sorry. I wasn't expecting that answer, so now I gotta fucking backpedal a little bit here.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just warning you, like my life took some very weird twists, so
Yeah.
keep you on your toes.
That's cool. I'm only 24, so I still got all the twists ahead of me, I think, you know. I mean,
Man.
I've been through some shit, but I feel like there's a lot
You just
more
hit
to
the
come.
top of the roller coaster.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. I feel you, man.
Yeah, I turned 32 yesterday.
32 yesterday. Oh, wow. Happy birthday. Cool. I ate that some crazy time.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. Is that why you went to that concert you were telling me about?
So that one I actually got free tickets to.
Yeah? That's cool. You want to talk about that at all? Tell me about the concert. We can get back to
Oh
open
man,
mics.
so it was that concert last night because I'm a music, art, everything head. I'm a guitar player and a guitar player. But that concert last night was called Experience Hendrix, and there was Taj Mahal, Zach Wilde, No, Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Eric Johnson, each shredding to like 3 different Hendrix songs each.
Not together though. They did like separate songs.
They would occasionally bring each other out on
Okay.
different ones, and they had a few other guitar players that would sub in, but those were like the four headliners.
I bet that was sick. Is that there in Spokane?
Yeah.
And we don't have to say that you're in Spokane if you don't want, but
I'm good, Spokane needs some more love.
I want to promote your next open mic, get people to come. So
Yeah, it's gonna be sometime in October. I mean, I
October.
don't.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
Cool.
They post the list at the end of the month.
Oh shit. Okay. Is
Yeah.
it like anybody that signs up gets to do it, or is it like you gotta? I mean, how does
So
that work?
you sign up for all of the dates in a month, and somebody goes through them all and assigns you different spots on the list. So the last time I signed up, I got on twice.
Cool.
And so the video I posted on Reddit was my second time at the comedy club.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. And so that's you coming back after for second time coming back, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So since you were in high school, holy shit. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm just flattering you, man, but like my thought when I was watching that video was this guy's like, I was kind of thinking that it's like this guy sounds like somebody at the very top of the open mic level, like sounds like you're about ready to not be an open micer anymore,
I really appreciate that. And it's not something that I feel like I'm just getting started again and just like introducing myself again. But I was a theater major in college and have been through a lot of shit. And so getting up on stage, like I am confident up there.
Yeah. And I mean, so I don't know a whole lot about stand up, dude. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm a musician, man. I don't know shit about I would love to do it, but I don't know if I don't think I'm funny enough, but that's another podcast. But so it seems like to me open mics, that's what they're for, is getting confident on stage. So that's kind of what I'm saying, I guess. You know what I mean? Cuz it seems like that's what open mics are for. Is the getting comfortable and then worry about getting fun. I mean, you are funny, don't get me wrong, but worry about getting funny later, and then you're already funny. Like you're fucking funny. And I could see, like I said,
Appreciate that,
I
man.
could see some, I don't know how to explain it, man. Like there's some stuff you could definitely work on. I'm not saying you're,
Oh yeah, I wasted like a minute before I got into my bit.
but no, your delivery is really good. That's what so I'll just say, the joke you did about MS when you go, and I don't want to ruin your joke, so I'm not going to describe it too much.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed 2 years ago with MS, which, if you don't know, means that I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which, if you don't know, means that I have more than one sclerosis.
Right, exactly. So I feel like, and don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like I've heard that joke somewhere before at some point. But the way you delivered it was so fucking perfect that's what really caught my attention, I think, man, is because I really thought you were going to tell me about MS, tell me what MS was. I really did. And so when you when you did the punchline, it's like, oh, fuck, he got me. So do you mind maybe just doing a brief explanation of what MS is?
So MS is a neurological condition, and it is metal as fuck. It is when your immune system starts like targeting the nerves in your brain.
Damn.
And you get these little lesions, basically, but like inflammation plaque around some of your nerves. and when those happen, it's like shorting out a wire. And so MS presents itself in different ways for every single person that has MS. And so for me, it fried the nerve that makes my right ankle work.
Damn. So it's just like hard to walk.
Yeah, so like I roll my ankle really easily.
Oh, damn.
So that's why I walk with
fucked.
a stick. Like I can walk, like I'm, ambulatory,
Yeah.
but I one time tripped on a wheelchair ramp,
Uh-huh.
and that just kind of hurts emotionally.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's funny.
But yeah, they get you on medication that stops it. Like it doesn't progress anymore,
Okay.
but there's no cure. Like you can't go backwards.
Yeah, damage has been done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked, man. Rolling your ankle, that's a really shitty thing to. That sucks. I hate doing.
Right. So I just walk with a stick now, and
Yeah.
honestly look cooler than other people.
No, yeah, it's cool, and it gives you something to talk about. It's definitely a really cool icebreaker.
Oh yeah, and that was one of the things on that bit that I felt like I didn't do enough of. I didn't address the stick to start.
Yeah, it needs some work, but I get it. Like you'll get there, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Teddy Roosevelt said to speak softly and carry a big stick. I decided to carry an adjustable stick and speak at whatever volume I want.
Yeah, with a mic on top. Hell yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I found that one on Amazon like a couple weeks ago with the mic clip on it, and I was like, that is dope.
That is cool. Yeah, it stands out. That's cool. I think it's going to be good for you in the end if you really pursue comedy. That'll be a good. I mean, I don't want to say gimmick because I hate to call your disease a gimmick, but you know what I mean. Like,
no, like I'm definitely gonna use it.
Yeah, it's good. It's like those like disabled, like really disabled guys you see go up there and just make fun of themselves, and it's fucking the funniest shit you've ever seen.
Right.
I can't think of it.
That's I recommended to you the Kill Tony podcast.
Yeah.
He has a surprising amount of disabled comics come up, and they are the funniest ones there are. Like, there's this one girl that's in a wheelchair with a neurological condition, and she has these bits that's like the hardest part about being in a wheelchair is people don't know how good of an ass I have.
Oh, that's fun. That's from Kill Tony. Someone on Kill Tony, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny. You ever dealt with any hecklers up there?
So I did deal with hecklers 14 years ago.
Yeah.
When I did stuff, and that was just like starting out doing theater, and I would script my lines down to like the letter, and I would memorize and do this exact script.
Mm-hmm.
And it made it really inflexible. Like if a joke didn't work or bomb, I'd have to throw in one of those like, oh, tough crowd kind of things. And I just remember that there was a dude in the audience that shouted out like, get a life. And I kind of felt like I had to.
Had to get a life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I know that feeling, man. It's like when one time when I was driving, man, I've been flipped off before, and that's one thing, but one time I had somebody give me a thumbs down, and that stuck with me for days, man. I fucking...
Right, that's like the I'm not mad, I'm disappointed
yeah, I was
at
just
driving.
Like, I just really thought about that for days. I was like, oh, shit. Am I a bad driver? Was that my fault? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Got any good stories from your open mics or just hanging around comics in Spokane?
Not enough right now.
I get it.
Just because like the scenes 14 years ago versus the scene now, just getting back into it, are completely different. Like the Spokane Comedy Club opened in 2013,
Hmm.
and the last time I did comedy was 2010.
Okay, gotcha.
And
You know,
so back in like 2010, the Spokane comics, like you could fit all of us in a van.
damn, it's crazy to think about 14 years ago was 2010. That's fucking
Right.
crazy.
I mean, people don't realize how long ago 2010
That's-
was.
yeah,
Like in
crazy.
2010, I had the same amount of Grammys as Taylor Swift.
How many? I don't know how
The
many Grammys Taylor Swift has, man. Fuck it. My Taylor
14.
Swift. Does she
Just to
really?
let you know, she won her first Grammy in October of 2010.
Okay. She's got 14 now, and she won her first one in
Yeah.
2010. Huh.
Yeah.
You know, okay. I did not think we were going to be talking about Taylor Swift, but since we are, man, I've wanted to say this for so long.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Swift has made a deal with the devil. And I'm all for it, dude. I mean, there's nothing against her. I'm like, hell yeah, girl, go for it. But
I mean, some of the
remember-
best musicians ever made deals with the devil.
yeah, but I remember when I was a kid, or not even a kid, like a teenager, and the only people that liked Taylor Swift were the horse girls. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And then at some point, I don't even know when, but at some point now she's it, man. She's, you know,
Yeah, and
that's all I can think. It's the only thing I can think of is she made a deal with the fucking devil.
it's interesting. Like I come from like a musical family, like musicians. My dad's been in bands since high school. But Taylor Swift is actually like the musician's musician. Like she is constantly working. She is constantly performing live. She is constantly making new material. And like the reason she has 14 Grammys is she has, 18 studio albums.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe-
she is working, and also like I know it's definitely going to her head, but one thing I saw from her last tour is she would donate at least like $100,000 to a food bank in every city that she performed in.
Well, that's cool. Maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she. No, I'm like, fuck. Maybe she didn't. But I don't know. I don't know enough about. I've never even looked at her discography, but I remember the time. When it was
and
just
it's
horse
not
girls.
even so much that like her music's good. Honestly, I'm like I could take it or leave it sometimes, but she is consistent. She is there. She doesn't let like one hit go to her head. Like I've seen a lot of bands, like they'll get a hit and they will just ride that hit.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. You remember when people used to make fun of her music and just say she only sings about her breakups? I don't know. Maybe I guess that's just
I don't
my area,
blame her.
but-
Breakups are
Yeah, it's a good thing.
pretty good material.
that was the joke for so long, and I don't know. But anyways, you make music. I was checking out your shit. You make your, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. He is Suleiman on Spotify. Am I saying that right? Pronouncing that?
Yeah.
Suleiman, Sullymon.
Yep.
You make like a techno kind of music, huh?
Yeah, I try to call it electro funk,
Okay.
but
Electro.
like
funk. I
I'm
can
a
see it.
keyboard player, and so I try to make music that is actually live. Like I don't record it like in a DAW, like on the computer.
Oh.
I actually have all of the parts of the song like as hardware,
Mhm.
and so all of those songs are actually done like one take.
Oh yeah. Like you play all the instruments at the same time, or fucking you loop it and then play over it multi-track it, or
Well, I've got a looper for my keyboard so I can layer stuff, and then I've got like a synthesizer sequencer and a drum machine that I control throughout. But then just playing a keyboard live over it.
cool. No, I mean, it's good too, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just being flattering, man, but I'm not. It's good, or I wouldn't have reached out to you. That's
Hey man, I really appreciate that. It's like I pursue all kinds of things and like I just love art,
yeah.
but like stand-up comedy has always been the dream.
You're a creative. That's what you are, man. You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You.
Pre-
So I want to go back a few years to your SoundCloud rapper phase, if that's okay.
Oh, all right.
I'm not gonna be
Sick
here
me
long.
and
Don't worry.
smoke.
I've got so I don't like rap anymore, but I want you to tell me, if you would, how that started. Just how that started and kind of how that came about and why you quit.
So there's a couple of things. So 8 years ago, I was a SoundCloud rapper, and 7 years ago, I got sober off hard drugs.
Okay.
So that
Gotcha.
that gives you some idea. But it was also kind of a shift in my life that was like the difference between 17-year-old stand-up me and 32-year-old stand-up me is there was a period of time going into theater school and stuff that I wanted to be cool,
Mm,
that I wanted people to look at me, I am awesome, look what I can do. And that is not where art should come from.
definitely, 100%.
And so like my SoundCloud rapper days, like I had bars,
Not
but
bad. Yeah, not bad at all.
yeah, but it was kind of like I never, rapped about adversity. It was always like I was rapping about other people's adversity.
Yeah. That's a problem with a lot of white rappers, me included, dude. I did it when I was like a teenager. I thought for sure that I was a fucking like just the most oppressed motherfucker ever. Thought I was gonna be a rapper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I never really experienced adversity. All of the adversity I experienced was like self-inflicted.
Yeah. That was also my realization. At one point I said to myself, I am a fucking white kid from a town of 2,000 people. What the fuck do I know about slinging crack or whatever the fuck people rap about these days? I don't know.
Right. And like I am like a white hip hop fan.
Yeah, no,
Me
me too,
like
man.
I've come to terms with it. I've got a support group. We're
Yeah.
called NWAA.
That's fucked.
Stands for Nice White Audiences Anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, I like white rap too, man. I do. I realized at some point that that's not me. I'm not Eminem, man. I didn't grow up.
Right.
Yeah, but
Like I can and one of the things that made me try to become a rapper was that I'm really good at like memorizing and rapping back songs. Like
right,
I
same.
can do like 98% of Rap God.
That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool.
And it didn't quite transfer to my own stuff.
Same. Yeah, same. I realized
But
that same.
I'm killer at karaoke.
Yeah, I realized that same kind of thing. I didn't have rhythm at the time, man, and I didn't even understand what rhythm was, So my
Yeah.
own stuff was incredibly off the beat, and I didn't understand why it sounded just terrible.
Oh man, that's the hard part.
And then I learned a guitar and started figuring it out, but guitar also made me not like rap so much. Ugh. Fuck, sorry, keep yawning.
All good. It's early.
Not for me, man. It's late for me. I'm about ready for bed after this. I work more like early mornings, but
I feel that.
So I wanted to ask you because again, I'm complete. So we're gonna go back to the stand-up comedy. Sorry for jumping around, but
Oh yeah.
so again, I don't know shit about stand-up comedy. So I guess my question is, what is the expected trajectory for a comic? Like what comes after the open mics? You know, what's next?
So I was talking to one of the other comics at the mics, and the trajectory is a lot more clear now that there's like a comedy scene in Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it's like you start at like just the show up, go up open mics at random bars, and then you start doing the comedy club open mics, which actually like gets you in their system as a comedian. Uh, and then you start getting like featured spots on different things, and
So
then you might get like
sorry,
opening acts.
not to interrupt you, but so the featurings, um, is that like when you're at the comedy clubs, the comedy club people decide they like you and ask you to do a feature.
Yeah. So when with all the comics that go up to the comedy club open mics, they have like a database of local comedians,
Mm-hmm.
and the owner actually like watches all of the open mics and just kind of takes notes of like who's getting better, who's doing strong, and they will like when they're putting on a show and they don't have a full bill, they'll reach out to some comics and be like, "You want to do a 5 for this or a 7 for that?"
And it's usually 5 minutes or 7 minutes in.
That's usually where you start.
Okay. 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 Then continue from features.
From features, then you start like you can host the open mics. You start getting more like opening acts for bigger names. You start working with the other comics and putting your own shows together, where like 4 comedians will do like 15 minutes each.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you keep snowballing until it gets bigger.
Is that your plan? Is that what you're wanting to do?
That is the plan. Like I wanna hit it hard now. Like my
Mm,
life is actually doing pretty good finally, and I can
sweet.
really like devote myself to getting back into what was essentially my childhood dream.
Right. Yeah, I think. I mean, again, I don't know, but it feels like to me the most important thing is just being up on stage as absolute much as possible. So sounds like you're doing that. So
Yep, getting time on the boards
hell yeah.
and getting as many people to see you as possible.
Yep.
And
Yep.
like you
Yep.
you talked about like the big thing about open mics is just like getting the confidence to be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But as a comic, like the main thing about open mics is just trying your material out,
That
because
too.
there's
Yeah.
no way to like practice stand
Right.
up if you don't have an audience. You're just like telling jokes at people.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Because where I'm coming from with that, it's coming from listening
Yeah.
to like famous comedians talk about open mics, and that's kind of what they
Right.
say. So I'm just kind of parroting them, but they can go fucking anywhere in practice. You know what I mean? Anybody will take them. So I get that. That makes sense.
Right.
How long have
But
you?
even like even big comedians will sometimes just pop into a random open mic to
Really?
try out a new bit.
I see. I didn't. That's cool though. I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
The comedy club actually has a rule that like if you are actually like a famous or paid comedian, or you've done like shows with them in the past and you show up to an open mic, they'll just put you on the list.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You will. So
Yeah. Gotta keep at it.
yeah. How long have you been in Spokane for? Pretty much your whole life then, or sounds like, or
So I was born here, went to high school, and then moved to Seattle for theater school and stayed there for like 6 years and then moved back.
is Seattle bigger than Spokane, or about the same, or
Oh yeah. Well,
is it?
yeah, about what Spokane's about 300,000 and Seattle's I mean, greater Seattle is closer to like 3 million.
So okay, that puts it into perspective. I don't know a whole lot
Yeah,
about.
it was always like the, oh, I'm going to make it to the big city kind
Yeah,
of thing
yeah,
to
yeah.
Spokane.
I'm from a town of 2,000 people, man. So the big city to me had 60,000 people, and that's where I moved. And now I'm realizing that this isn't a big city. Yeah, this is very small
Yeah.
actually. But I bought a house, so I'm stuck here for a little while.
Hey, I think the medium cities are going to be where it's at
Yeah,
because living in the big city in Seattle, I
yeah.
was like,
Ooh, 3
why
million.
why did I want to move here?
Yeah, the millions is a little much, but 300,000 sounds like I could do that. I think maybe, but I don't know.
Honestly, moving back, I feel like Spokane is like the
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
level.
So you don't want to leave Spokane, then you're pretty Spokane. I don't know. You're pretty set on being
Honestly,
there.
like I love traveling, like I love being in other countries and I love going to different places, but I like Spokane as like a home base.
Okay, I get it. What countries have you visited? That's cool.
I have visited probably most of Europe. Let's see,
That's
Ireland,
cool, man.
Scotland, Wales, England, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany,
Oh yeah,
Netherlands, Italy, Greece, and Israel,
damn.
and Japan.
You got what place would you say is your favorite? What's your favorite?
My favorite city on earth is Edinburgh, Scotland.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I've never left the United States, man. I'm very not well traveled. Like to change it, man, but no money.
Honestly, going to another country just like opens
Yeah, yeah,
just a lot of thoughts,
I'm sure.
puts a lot of things in perspective.
I'm sure it does. You ever done any psychedelics?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah. They
yeah.
does Washington.
Like
Sorry, you go.
yeah. So my drug phase of the SoundCloud rapper time. My favorite things were acid and cocaine.
Mm,
So like I would see some shit, but I would see that shit.
yeah, fuck. Like together, you did that shit together.
Oh yeah.
That sounds fucking insane. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. You were just really invested in your delusions.
Damn, dude. Because I've done acid, and that was too wiry for me. I mean, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I love acid, but that's really wiry by itself, man. I couldn't imagine fucking doing coke with that. Damn. Got any good stories from that then?
Yeah, so one time I went to a music festival and there were a couple of bands playing there that had some relation to the Grateful Dead, like they were part of the Grateful Dead family,
Cool.
and they actually shared some acid that came from like Jerry Garcia's like personal
Damn.
strain or whatever.
That's pretty sick, dude. Fuck.
And I didn't realize that there was like how there's like bottom shelf whiskey and
Mm-hmm.
there's like top shelf scotch.
Right.
That spectrum exists in acid too.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I want to keep going on this acid. My puppy is going
Yeah.
crazy. Just give me just a sec. I'm so sorry.
Oh, help them.
Sorry about that, man. This puppy is crazy.
Not a problem.
My first dog was not this
Puppies.
difficult. This puppy
How
has
old's the
been
puppy?
oh shit, like 4 months old, dude. She's just a puppy.
Oh,
She's
that's the needy age.
yeah. Well, she's in that age where she's got to test everything. You know,
Oh yeah.
she knows the rules, but she's got to see what she can get away with. It's real
Right.
frustrating.
They've discovered freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, we were saying something about acid, Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia.
Yeah, so that was like top shelf acid.
Top shelf acid. Okay, cool.
That's good shit, man. Ooh, that's fun. So what happened? You took it, then what?
Took it, and then we just like we sat in the sun, seeing crisscross patterns in the clouds, and pretty much figured out life.
That's how it seems to go on acid. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Sorry, I gotta play with
Yeah.
my effects.
I
Yeah,
like
man.
it.
First time I did acid, I figured life out as well. For sure.
Right.
Whole thing figured
And that
out.
was always one of those interesting things, like psychedelics. Like, I never felt like I could have gotten addicted to
fuck no.
psychedelics
Fuck no.
because you'd take them and they just like add a bunch to your mind, and
Yeah.
it was like, thank you. I'm now
Yeah. Did some trips and
I've
then
now been added to.
yeah, I did a crazy trip that made you not want to trip again. That's more likely to happen than getting addicted to it. Fucking.
Yeah, that can happen too.
I mean, fuck yeah. Damn. That's a good acid, man.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I kind of I stepped away from drugs because I was like I got what I wanted to get out of them, and I don't want to go any farther. But
So you don't do psychedelics anymore?
not in the last 7 years.
7
I
years.
mean, I still, weed. It's Washington.
You do smoke weed? Cool. Cool. That was my next
Yeah.
question. I love weed.
Yeah,
Love it.
I have enjoyed it becoming legalized because it's
Yeah.
a different thing now. Like,
Oh yeah.
you used to smoke weed like a drug, like you get high with your
Yeah.
friends in a basement, and now it's like, you go to basically a weed sommelier, and you give him like your current symptom list, and it's like, hey, do you got anything that like is good for back pain?
Yeah, when I went and got my med card when I was 18, I was nervous as fuck, dude. I was like terrified. Like, she took my blood pressure and my blood pressure was like crazy high. This fucking
Yeah.
puppy. And it was like crazy high, and she was like, "Oh, sweetheart, your blood pressure is so high. We're gonna get you some medicine. Don't you worry." And I was just like, oh, "Fuck." Really, my blood pressure was high because I was terrified about what I was doing in there. Felt so wrong.
Oh yeah, and there's always a nerve when you like need to ask a medical professional for essentially drugs.
Right.
That you don't want them to think like you're asking for drugs.
Exactly.
It's like, no, this will actually help me.
Yeah, but in reality, I was 18, and I was like, they know what I'm in here for. They know what I'm doing. But no, it's cool.
That is different.
Now I just recreational. I'm 21 or I'm 24, but I can just buy it in a dispensary now. But I can say though, I am addicted to weed. I am very much addicted to weed. People that say you can't get addicted, man, you're wrong. You can. Might not kill you like heroin.
Gotten past the getting addicted, but it's like the people who like come home and have a beer after work.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's even addicting. I'm just saying I started smoking when I was fucking 12, man. My brain doesn't know how to exist without weed. I've tried. It's hard.
Right, and there's a fine line between being addicted to something and just trying to say like it helps.
It does help, but I mean, it hurts in some places. But I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
I
and
love
everything in moderation.
weed. Yeah. Dabs. The
Like,
dabs are what really
you
get
don't
me,
sound.
man. Do what?
Oh man, I can't do dabs. Dabs just hurt.
The dabs are what really got me. I never had a problem until I started doing dabs. No.
Yeah, dabs are like the crack of weed.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was quitting weed, The flour never bothered me, but as soon as I'd see it, like I'd go over to a buddy's house and see a dab jar or something, I would start grinding my fucking teeth. Like,
Oh,
it's terrible. I've tried to quit, but it's
I,
fucking
I
hard.
had the advantage of dabs just like made me cough
Yeah. Well,
so bad.
that's how it starts for everybody. I remember when when my buddy was first getting into him, he gave me a dab. I was like, this shit's stupid, man. Flour all the way, all natural. You don't need this fucking shit. Now here I am, fucking 7 years later. I want to go take a dab right now, just talking about it.
Well, there you go. That'll be a
let's see.
reward.
Let's see if I got any other. Do you got any other hobbies that you do besides comedy,
Comedy,
music.
music, karaoke.
karaoke? That's cool.
I do theater, but I haven't done theater in a couple years.
Like
since I
acting?
started a job. Yeah, like acting.
That's cool. That's cool. You acted in anything that you're proud of? You want to talk about?
I mean, the last show that I did a couple years ago was a show called Corpus Christi, and it was a modern retelling of the story of Jesus Christ and the 12 apostles, but as gay men in Texas.
That sounds very interesting. You kind of lost me in the first half, but then as a gay man in Corpus Christi, Texas,
Yeah.
you brought me back.
And
with that.
so
That's
it's like
crazy.
a really honest
That's cool.
retelling of the story of Jesus.
Really? Pretty accurate then, huh?
It is pretty accurate, but
Using gay men in Texas.
yeah,
That's cool. I like that.
yeah, and really focusing on like Jesus' message was to love everyone.
Yeah. How did that go
And
over?
how
did
people
that,
would
like how did,
honestly, we were scared going into it.
Uh-huh.
Like this show had been performed other places with like protests and gotten shut
yeah,
down.
it really depends
at
on where.
different
100%.
places. Especially like in the modern climate, it was like
Mhm.
2022.
Oh, fuck.
But we sold out every single show.
That's good. Hell yeah, dude. Washington. Nice.
And so,
yeah.
yeah, Eastern Washington,
place.
like, half hour from Idaho, we were scared. And it was really refreshing to see like 99% support versus
Yeah,
like
that is
one mean comment on Facebook.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I kind of want to watch it. Fuck. Dang.
Yeah, there's not a recording of
Yeah, I
it
know. I'm
anywhere,
SOL,
but I mean, there's probably recordings of some other production
right.
of it.
So are you
really
religious?
good.
Are you religious at all?
So I'm not like church religious,
Mm-hmm.
but I call myself a pluralist,
Okay.
which I basically it came from reading a bunch of religious texts
Mm-hmm.
that weren't the Bible. Like I've read the Bible. I started as a Christian, then I became an atheist, and then I started just like reading to figure things out. And so I read like the Quran, the Mahabharata of Hinduism, the Tao Te Ching.
Never heard of the Mahabharata. I've read the Bhagavad Gita. Is the one that I'm reading now, but that's
So the Bhagavad Gita actually is dictated about halfway through the Mahabharata.
okay. That's I have heard of that. Then that's the big one that the Gita comes from. Then
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
big
I've heard of
epic war story.
okay.
And
Interesting.
honestly, out of any religious text that I've ever read, it was the most entertaining.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
believe it.
Game of Thrones. I could not put that down.
I believe it. Yeah, because I've read a lot. Haven't read the full Quran, but I've read parts, like a lot of it, and read the Bible. And I try to stay educated about religious stuff because it's the world we live in. But
Yeah.
no, that's right on, man. I
And-
love that.
And so reading all the text, I realized like, so everybody is pretty convinced that there's like an almighty force.
They're all saying the same thing.
Exactly.
They're all saying the same thing.
Right.
Yep.
They all are just trying to describe infinity.
The stories are even the same fucking stories. It's just somebody else telling it. It's with their
Exactly. And
own,
they change the
way they
names
tell
and
stories.
locations and stuff.
Yeah, because that's how they. Yeah, no, that's the same conclusion I came to, man. Fucking, it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like the opposite of atheism. Like, it's not
Yeah.
like none of this is true. It's that all of this is kind
Yep.
of true, but it also, like, all of it is also wrong.
Warped as fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
warped as fuck, and through the filter of human beings, man. That's it. That's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
But I always found that if you go back to like the original text and like the original teachings and like the things that Jesus said or the things that Muhammad said or the things that the Buddha said or Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
like that was good stuff. Like they had,
yeah.
they had bars.
Yeah, they knew what they was talking about, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know who said it, man. So I'm sorry I can't credit whoever said it, but I've heard it said a lot that it's like religion is fingers pointing at the moon, and the moon is what we should be looking at. You know what I mean? But we're all just fucking looking at fingers pointing at the moon. I don't know. I said that way not eloquently. I've heard it said way more eloquently.
I get exactly what you're saying, and yeah, that's exactly what I think. Like, if God is really like an infinite, all powerful thing, like, would he only have one fanfic about him?
Yeah, right. Fuck. Well, that's cool, man. It's been a good chat. Really has.
This has been good. I really hope that you keep
I
doing
like
these.
this one. Yeah, well, so my thing is most podcasts, there's over 4 million podcasts out there, right?
Oh man, yeah.
But the thing is, most of them quit after 3 episodes. And then of the ones that keep going, most of those quit after 10. And then of the ones that go past 10, most of those quit at 25, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
my thinking is, man, I'm just going to start putting shit out there to practice. I know I suck, but, it's practice. I'm gonna
No,
keep
but
practicing.
that's the thing. That's like a good comic is someone that keeps doing it, even when
Yeah,
they bomb it.
yeah.
They keep doing it. Like that was what I was saying about Taylor Swift. Like the reason she's big is because she
Right.
kept doing it. Like even if she put out like a shitty song or a shitty album, she made another one.
Yeah. Right now, I'm an open micer of podcasting. That's what I am.
I like
But
it.
I'm here, man, and I'm doing it. And I'm
More
not
power
doing it
to
for
you.
the views anyway, dude. I just want to be able to fucking talk and then have to make a couple people listen to it. I'm happy.
That's the way to do it, man. Like, don't do it to be seen. Like, don't do it to look
Right.
cool. Like, do it to, spread joy.
And I'm going to say, dude, it has been so much more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be fun, but fuck, dude. You and then James I met last week.
Yeah.
You guys have been awesome. And this has been a fucking badass conversation. I love this one.
Oh, yeah, man. This
it's
was
just- it's been
great.
fun.
Like,
Hell yeah. But
you got any others lined up?
not yet. Not yet.
Keep hitting them.
I'm either going to, I don't know. I might do a solo episode next week. I haven't decided, but I'm going to start. If not, I'm going to start reaching out to people tonight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, if you don't get any hits, just, keep doing and keep talking.
yeah, I'll do a solo episode. I got some ideas for a solo episode.
There you go.
But I want to.
I want to play with this shit. This shit's really fun to play with,
It is pretty good that you got it, like, on a button.
Yeah, yeah, but
A button.
I feel like Eminem uses that in some of his beds. Eminem uses that kind of voice changer.
Oh, dude, so many podcasts do it. It's not unique or original at all. I promise, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
fun.
but it is fun.
and I think
How do
it keeps people
how do you
listening.
actually do that? Like, do you have an
Yeah.
app or is it on Discord?
Oh no, this is everything I do is through my DAW, dude. Discord
Oh,
gets the audio from my DAW, and then sends your audio into my DAW. It's I have a whole thing, man. But
Oh, nice.
that's a plugin. That's a plugin in my DAW.
Oh, word. Yeah, I'm not good with the DAW. I just like I can
Yeah.
hit record on it and like
Yeah.
do some tracks.
Well, I spent most of my time learning how to make music, so I spent a lot of time in a DAW. And then I have all this fucking music gear, and my music is kind of shitty, so I was like, fuck it, do a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could put effects on your voice too. You just won't be able to hear it.
Drum machine, mixer, looper, keyboards,
Yeah.
and then synths over there.
Hell yeah. I'll dig your hair, dude. Love your fucking hair.
Thank you, Doc.
Love it. I got long hair too. Kick
And
ass.
an evangelical Christian the other day tell me I look like the Messiah.
Dude, I get that all the time. People tell me I look like Jesus. It's my favorite. They always think it's an insult.
Right.
I don't know why they think it's an insult. Dude, you trying to look like Jesus? I'm like,
Right.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, basically just telling me I'm hot.
Here, I'll turn my video on. You can. I look fucking just like you, dude. It's kind of eerie.
man. Oh, word, straighter hair.
Same kind of deal.
But yeah,
But fuck yeah,
you know,
dude.
long hair.
Anyways.
I was never allowed to be like a long hair in work or anything, and finally I feel like COVID allowed long haired guys to enter the workplace.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah, my mom never let me have long hair as a kid, so as soon as I could, I did it. And I kind of hate it sometimes, but whatever.
Dude, my one hair tip: sea salt spray.
Sea salt spray, huh?
Yeah, that's all you need.
Like into the hair? Into the
Yeah.
hair, huh?
Yeah, and you
Okay.
just like Amazon sea salt spray, and you just like out of the shower, just spray it, and
Huh? Okay.
it's dope.
Yeah, because, I mean, you got good hair, man. I know a lot of 32-year-olds with no fucking hair. What the?
Right?
Fucking,
I am not. I do not have male pattern baldness.
not yet. Knock on wood, dude. Fuck. It's my biggest fear. I'm so scared of it.
Oh man, I got a friend, 33, hair gone.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. I know people with fucking bald spots my age, 24, with bald spots.
Right? I'm like,
Dude,
where to
fuck.
go?
I know. My dad, when he was 40, had no fucking hair, and he tried to buy hair plugs. But what they don't tell you about hair plugs is you have to keep going. You can't just do it once.
Right.
You have to do like 4 of them, and they're like $5,000 each.
Oh damn.
Anyway, so he did, and they don't tell you that till after you do the first one. So he did the first one, and they couldn't afford the follow-ups, and so it just looked like shit. Like shit.
Oh man, I did not know hair plugs were like a scam.
I don't think they're a scam. I just you have to keep going back. Like you have to do it a few times because it's like planting grass, man. It fucking
Right. But yeah, it's not a scam. Like it'll work out, but they're definitely taking advantage of insecure
Yeah.
men.
Well, his problem was just, I mean, he's an asshole, so he got what he fucking deserves. But his problem was just they didn't tell him that it was going to take more than one, and he didn't do any research, so
Oh yeah.
he thought it was going to be a one and done. It
Oops.
wasn't. Yeah. Well, we definitely fucking trailed off today, man. I
Yeah, we had a
appreciate you
lot.
doing it. That's cool. Been going
Yeah.
for an hour, a little over an hour, so.
Oh yeah, feel free to like
Got-
cut it down.
Oh, I have to. I have to.
yeah.
No, it just, and that's also my favorite part. Is I love doing the editing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Anyways, we got anything else you want to say? Where can I didn't ask James Brando. I feel bad. Where can, you got
Yeah.
like a Twitter anywhere people can follow you?
So I got a Facebook, Colton Sullivan. I got an Instagram, DJ Sullivan. I'm on Spotify as Sullivan, and yeah, I'm in other places. But if you start there, you can find them.
Sweet. Well, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
That was Colton Sullivan, everybody. Check him out. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the good shit. Really cool dude. You're about to listen to Morning Grind by Sullivan. Check it out.